What up, bro?
Hey, well, look at that beard.
Dude, do you have any extra red dye for me, or do I just have to go with this?
I mean, that's like the salt and pepper shaker right there. You got it
I
all.
know. I know. You see what
Who
Courtney has to look forward to?
who's got the better quarantine beard, me or you?
Stop. You could put a rubber band around that thing.
I know. I thought about putting a little beard ponytail in for the show tonight, but
Yeah.
I spared you guys.
So when was the last time you didn't have a beard?
Oh, actually, recently, I Halloween this year, I went straight razor to my face for the first time since 2011 because I was Chucky.
Oh, where's the picture of that? I haven't seen that.
I'll send it to you. I have it. Yeah, I was Chucky. Court was Bride of Chucky.
That is
I had
awesome.
like the cuts in my face and staples
Nice.
all in my head. Yeah, it sucked though. I actually had to like shave my whole beard off for that one. It
So
wasn't
after you did it, were there any regrets looking in the mirror?
No, after I did it, it was actually kind of cool because I flew under the radar. I actually went to a concert, a country concert with Corey Seager and his fiance, and me and Court went, and a guy came up to Corey and was like, "Hey man, you're Corey Seager from the Dodgers. I want to get a picture." And he's like, "Yeah, absolutely." And the guy taps me. He's like, "Hey dude, can you get the hell out of my photo?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I had
Oh,
no idea.
no, you're kidding me.
No, it was great. Yeah,
Dude, that is awesome. That
yeah.
is so good. So good. First of all, tell everybody where you've been. I have seen this room before, I believe, but obviously a lot of viewers have not. So where are you?
I'm in my office, also where I put most of my memorabilia. So got a lot of cool things in here. Got the Magic Johnson sign ball right behind me. 2017 NLCS MVP. So Adidas was kind enough to bronze out or copper out my cleats and put them on a
Ooh,
plaque. So those are up there. Uh, a couple Clemente awards that are up there as well. So
jeez.
a few things. But then the two cool things over this shoulder, I got a Sandy Koufax piece from one of his no hitters. It's the scorecard, the game ticket, a picture of him pitching, signed, and then obviously I got the Sandlot poster behind me that's signed by all the guys as well. So
That is so good. What a good flex, man.
yeah,
That's not bad. That's not bad. Were you could you play hoops? Because I mean, imagine kind of your boss. Like, were you? Because you look like Teen Wolf. So were you ever like? Were you ever that guy in high school? No?
I can't shoot, man. I'm terrible. I like playing. I can pass. I can play defense. I just was never a good shooter. So
Yeah.
I'd get open space and I'd pass up the good looks to just dish it off to someone else. Let them
That's
throw up the
awesome.
bricks.
Nice. You're like the Duke kid that slapped the floor and played defense.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
Shooting a
bad.
basketball isn't my game. I'm no good. We got some
All
guys
right.
that can play, but not me.
Well, everybody's here for a little baseball talk. So it has been a crazy year for everyone, and here we are in 24 hours. You're going to be out there taking BP, getting ready to face Johnny Cueto. How do the nerves and the excitement compare to yesteryear of opening day?
Yeah, I think the anxiousness is maybe even built up even more now because it's been so long of a layoff and wondering if we were ever even going to get to this day, right? Like
Mhm.
we weren't even sure this was going to happen. And now that it has, and now that this 3 week summer camp is kind of behind us, and tomorrow is our opening day, it's kind of like, oh man, like crap, it's here. So, and then also, realizing the specialness of this year, the
Right.
uniqueness of this season. It's a 60 game sprint, and the weight of every game, win or lose. My wife actually said it last night. She said, if you win a game, it's probably just going to feel like winning one game, but if you lose, it's probably going to feel like losing three. And
Yeah.
it's so true. So yeah, the anxiousness is there. I'm sure when we get out on the field and toe the line, and the butterflies will be there just like they are every game for me. And that's something I think that is normal for most guys. And if you stop having those butterflies or those nerves, then maybe it's time to hang them up, because that's the beauty of the game for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think I was a lot like probably like you and like everybody else when we started summer camp. We didn't even know if we'd be able to get to this point, right? And So now I'm super excited. I can't even explain how it's going to be as a fan because I think every game is going to feel like October for us. We're going to be super critical of every managerial move because once you have the lead in the fourth or fifth inning, you're like, okay, when do we start firing our bullets out of the bullpen? Almost like it's an October game. I mean, is that the way you're going to look at it?
Yeah, it's essentially it's a 2 month long playoff, really. I mean, to get to the playoffs. So for fans, on speaking on your guys' behalf, I know it's going to be tough. It's going to be even more nerve wracking having to sit at home and watching TV than it already is if you were
Right.
at the games and watching from your seats. And on behalf of our fans, Dodger fans, who I firmly believe are the best fans in all of baseball, and they show out every year, and we lead the league in attendance. And I live in LA year round, and no matter where you go, no matter what month it is, you see Dodger gear everywhere. Rose, you live around here, so um, for the fans, I just hope it's enjoyable. I guess the irony in it for Dodger fans is that we got our TV deal done this year.
Right.
So the good news is that even though you can't go to the game, at least everyone
And
in
see
Los
it.
Angeles will be able to see us for the first time in what has it been, 8 years. So
Yeah.
we're definitely excited about that.
You should be. And listen, I know it's going to be different for you guys, particularly when you travel. You're limited in what you can do. So what you have to do is you have to re-sign with the Dodgers, even if it's on the cheap, just because you want to be able to have Mookie Betts buy you dinner every night moving forward.
Yeah, what
Right?
a day! What a day for LA, huh? He got his big deal. We got this superstar player for long term. I mean, we were already excited going into tomorrow, and then now I think as a Dodger fan and a member of the organization, it's just the cherry on top going into this short season. So
Say it, Justin. 365 million.
yeah, what? So and I think I read he got a $65 million signing
Yes, he
bonus.
did.
So he can no longer say he's playing for a prorated salary this year and try to duck out of meals. So we'll figure out a way to get him one way or another.
It's unbelievable. It really is. It's unreal. So I'm curious, where's Chico hitting in the lineup tomorrow? Do you know yet?
I did everything I could to get that guy in at bat, and
Come on, Doc.
I actually had a conversation with Doc about this last night, and he was like, we have guys who are trying to get ready and trying to get on the roster, and can you just imagine the level of confidence one of our pitchers would have if they gave up a hit to Chico? So he kind of framed it, and that's the way, or that's the reason why he didn't want Chico, because he believed he was going to get a hit. Like the legend was so big, for sure Chico was going to go up there and get a knock, right?
Yeah.
So he didn't want to destroy one of our pitchers' confidence and have to live with that for the whole year. So I guess it's a good way to frame it to get off the hot seat, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Still, come on, man. It's one AB, and if Josiah Gray gives up a knock, it's not going to derail that kid's career.
That's true. That's true.
He'll be fine. So it's always I always ask this question. Millar hates it because I always think it's for 3 or 4 teams in the league. It's World Series or bust.
Yeah, ask it if that's the case. Ask it twice. If Millar hates it and you love it, ask it twice.
I have to ask it twice because he doesn't understand it the first time.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Is that even a relevant question in a 60-game sprint?
I think it's a relevant question every year for the Dodgers. I think that's what our goal is every single season, and I don't think it's unrealistic for us. I think it's something that our front office and our ownership group take pride in, as you see today, bringing in good players and committing to the organization and the city and the fan base to winning and to trying to bring a championship back to LA. So I don't think it's an unfair statement in any season for the Dodgers. Like, we expect to win our division. We expect to go deep in the playoffs, and we expect to bring that championship trophy back to LA. It's been too long.
Are you 35?
I'm like 26.
Right.
I just saw the contract. I saw the contract Mookie signed. I'm 26.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I think that's fair. Yeah. I expect to be doing a story on you getting a 12-year, $365 million extension tomorrow.
Absolutely.
No pressure. But you don't even remember 88, do you?
Yeah, I was four. I mean, it's it's foggy, but I do remember it. I remember obviously the Gibson pinch hit homer. At my grandma and grandpa's house, we were all over there watching it. So, um, but it was foggy. It's been a long time. We are all very aware how long it's been, and that's probably the only thing on our minds. To
Yeah.
be honest with you, is winning that championship.
Can I tell you that I was a senior in high school when it happened, and I had mono, and
Oof.
I fell asleep. Yeah, I know. Can you believe it? There was actually a girl who wanted to make out with me.
I wasn't gonna say it.
So I fell asleep watching the game because I lived on the East Coast in Cleveland. Well, it's not the East Coast, but I'm in the Midwest, Eastern time zone. And I wake up, and all I see is Kirk Gibson rounding the bases, and I was like, "What the hell happened?" Like all I remembered was Jose Canseco hitting a grand slam, like in the first or second inning or whatever it was, and I passed out for the rest of it. And there's Gibby doing his thing, man. So
Yeah, it was wild, and I watched. There was a special on yesterday on the MLB Network.
yeah, it was good.
And they covered Vin Scully, right? I don't know if you watched it, and they actually broke down that entire game and how genius it was of Vin setting that whole thing up and telling the crew to kind of just follow along with him and pan the dugout. And I mean, he really built up the suspense to the viewers incredibly, and then. Sure enough, just like Chico would have done, Gibby goes up and knocks one out of the park, and it's, one of the most famous home runs in baseball history, and definitely the most famous homer in Dodger history. So
it's awesome. All right, I got a couple more things because I know you're busy, and I want to get you on your way. First opening day memory. What was it?
First opening day memory. I was in New York in 2012. And, we always didn't do great drawing fans in my time in New York because, we didn't have the best record. But opening day was always jam-packed, full of New Yorkers, excited, ready to go, full of hope, hoping for a great season. And, I mean, that stadium packed out, and it was rocking and rolling on the 2 opening days I got to experience there. So, really cool. The flag, the flyover, the anthem, hearing your name called, getting to run out of the dugout for the first time. It's something you always remember. And, that's one thing that is unfortunate this year. There's going to be a lot of guys making their very first opening day roster and getting it announced, and their wives and family and friends aren't going to be able to be in the stadium to see it. So that's one thing that's tough for these guys because it is something that's really, really special, and unfortunately they're not going to be able to enjoy that with everyone.
Yeah, no, I get it. In your office, do you have like a man cave set up in terms of watching baseball, and like even?
I have a TV in here that I hardly use, but it's not a man. You're dialed in. Oh, you got a Mets game. You got a Mets game on right now. Oh no,
I've got Cubs Twins right now. You can't even see it, but I think that's Rossi behind.
Is it snowing? What's happening?
It's usually I watch it in the dark, but right now, right now
I got it.
And then we got company guy. I got my MLB Network blanket.
There you go, branding.
Yeah. Oh, there's Rizzo. He's back.
Oh, he's playing.
Yeah,
he's in. Nice.
He's fun to talk to at first, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's great. Our first basemen in the league are great. We got a lot of great guys. There's some really good conversations. There's always the interesting conversation with Joey Votto, but we got a lot of good first basemen to chat it up with around the league.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny about Votto. He's from a different planet, but you know what? He's an interesting dude too. We need it. We need guys like that, man.
You know what? You really want to get to first base when you play the Reds because you always have a great story to go back to the dugout with and tell the guys. And then everyone else who got to first, it's kind of like compare notes. Like, oh man, what was he talking about when you were out there? What was he talking about when you were out there? So he's a wild guy, man.
That's awesome. Did you ever go to an opening day as a kid?
I don't think I did. I don't think I ever made it to an opening day. So
I never been to one either.
Yeah. No opening days that I can remember. Never went to an All-Star game that I can remember. I went down to San Diego when I was young, and they had the All-Star game there, and I did kind of the festivities where
'92.
yeah, 92. I was there for that, but I didn't go to the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, my first opening day was in uniform, which is kind of cool.
Got you to an All-Star game 2 years ago, man. That was a hell of an
Yeah,
election.
that was wild. I got to give all the credit to Court, man. She was the best campaign manager I've ever had, and ran up over 20 million. Oh, he went deep.
Is that crazy? Welcome back. I
Oh,
guess his back's okay.
yeah. Maybe swing a little easier, ball goes a little further.
I guess so, man. Interesting. Real quick, I want to leave on a good note here. What do you got going on charity-wise? Because I know that you and Court do so much in the community. Give us one thing that the viewers out here can kind of grab onto and gravitate toward.
Well, our last thing that we did, I'll give you two things. The last thing that we did is actually the Legend of Chico shirts. Those are for sale right now, and they're selling like crazy. And we actually helped Chico get a percentage of the T-shirt sale. And the type of guy he is, he actually offered a percentage of his percentage to be donated to the foundation. So 10% of the sales are going back to the foundation. So you can go on breakingtea.com and get the Legend of Chico shirt. And
Nice.
part of the proceeds will go to Chico, and then part of them will go to the foundation. And the other thing we did, which is kind of cool, kind of quirky, is we did a deal with Baseballism, the clothing line,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually did it of our dog, of Moonshine. And it's a COVID relief clothing line,
Right.
raising money. The money goes to the foundation, and there's shirts and tank tops and bandanas. And it's a proud dog dad moment when your dog's on all this apparel, hats, dad caps.
Awesome.
So you can go on Baseballism and buy a Moonshine hat, and you don't even have to know Moonshine or love Moonshine if you're an animal lover. It's a pretty cool little image of her, so
Love
you
it.
can go do that. I'll show you this. She's up in my office.
Oh my God! Come on now. Are you serious? You did not just put that dog in an outfit.
Listen, we don't have kids, so we didn't put her in an outfit. Someone painted it, Chris. Come on, it's not an actual photo, but it's kind of funny. That's like the centerpiece. That's the centerpiece of the office right there.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, listen, dude, I appreciate you making time. I know the baseball fans are super excited to hear from you. Stay safe out there. Once things get settled here and you're done with the sprint, we still have to do dinner, the four of us. We did,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all
And before you let me go out of here, I got to tell you, I'm a first timer in this Easton company, and absolutely love their gloves. They've been awesome
Sweet.
to work with. Sent me wood. So if you're trying to make a decision right now, go out, grab your Easton apparel, Easton equipment, get it in. They do great work, great company. I'm so happy to be on board with them, and they're teaming up with me and helping out with the foundation as well. So just great people all around.
That's awesome. Good. By the way, I just saw somebody in the notes said they named their dog Turner after you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, is it a golden retriever?
It's a good question. It's a good question. But it's walking around in a Chucky mask right now. I can't figure that one out.
I'll send you that picture.
Please do. Appreciate the time, bro.
All right, Rose. Take care. Have a good night.
You got it. You too. There he is.